Hello everyone, welcome to today's YouTube video. I hope you really enjoy. Today we are watching the premiere of Iceman. Now if you don't know Iceman, it's about Mr. Anders Hofman, who is going across Antarctica. He does a triathlon across Antarctica. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you have seen Yes Theory, then it's going to be a good video, and if you do recognise people from Yes Theory. So it was filmed by Yes Theory. If you haven't watched them, watch this video, and there is a link down in the description for the Yes Theory channel and the Seek Discomfort channel. The Yes Theory channel and the Seek Discomfort channel, if you don't know, they're same people. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and we are travelling to London. Like and subscribe. Hope you enjoy. I'm in Iceman, as you can see. It's really good actually, and I can't wait for Amar to come out with the rest of the crew to go and enjoy this experience with us. Thank you.
How's everybody doing tonight? That's a lot in the history of Yes Theory, so props to you. Thank you for being here. Love you too. Okay, how many of you recognize our host tonight, Stefan Taylor? Raise your hand. Wow, that's a lot of people. Okay, so I'll give you the crash course on Stefan Taylor. In 2019, Yes Theory was filming an episode where we asked two strangers in two different places across the world from each other, Austin, Texas and Stockholm, Sweden, to switch lives with each other for 72 hours. I went to Austin, Texas, Thomas and Tommy went to Stockholm, Sweden. First person that Thomas and Tommy run into in Stockholm, Sweden is Stefan Taylor. They get to know him, they get to know that he introduced himself as a professional dreamer, and the rest is history. We've been friends since 2019, and now he is the host and the MC of the Project Iceman World Premiere Tour. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Stefan Taylor!
This guy's gonna get me excited. I'll do so many. How many had seen me on this video? Raise your hand. How many have seen? Damn. Well, yeah. And you know, maybe someone heard it. I said, I made it to America. But now I want to say, my ladies and gentlemen, I made it to England. I was standing before here with like 8 people. They were like, come on, you can do it, you can do it. We were like standing in a circle and just building it up. And I will just say some words in the beginning, and then we're gonna do an opening conversation. We're gonna play the movie, and we're just gonna have so much fun together. But one story I would like to tell is that yes, I call myself a professional dreamer, as Amar said, and a story that happened like 3 years ago, like 3 years and 3 months before I met Yes Theory. I went on this event in Sweden, and I said hi to a person, and a person said hi to me, and she said, what do you do for a living? And I looked at her, and I said, yep, I'm a professional dreamer. And she looked at me and she said, okay, so you're unemployed. Yeah, you see, 3 months later, you motherfucker. I met the Yes Fury gang, and I told the story to some people in the team the other day that like 4 days before I met Yes Fury, 4 days before, I actually called my sister, who is here tonight. Do you want to hear another thing? Can you hear my Swinglish? Swinglish, yeah. I can actually tell you a secret that I'm actually half British. I'm a half Scouser, I beg my pardon. So my dad, he went to Greece 1980. I don't know why I'm telling this story now, but he's here tonight. I don't know where you are, Dad. Dad and Mom, they met in Greece, and yeah, I was born 9 months later. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I just want to tell this story that when I met Yes Fury 4 days earlier, I called my sister and I told her that I feel alone. I feel alone. And my sister said, like, what has happened, Staffan? And I said, I don't know, nothing has happened, but I just feel a sense of loneliness. And she said, something must have happened. I said, I don't know. And I started to cry, actually. And 4 days later, I met Yes Fury on the street. And I don't think it's necessary that you have to be picked up on the street and like being brought to America and all this stuff. But I think it's necessary that we lift each other. And I just want to say that the Yes Fam has been like the most amazing lifting community ever in this entire world. So to all of you, I just want to give yourself the biggest, warmest of welcome you can ever imagine. Like so. I think we're going to have some fun in here. We can just play with it. Can we do like a small clap? Use a small clap. Then we're going to put like a small clap. How does that sound? Small clap. A little bit stronger, a little bit stronger. And now I want you, like, for real, like, the more excited you get me, the more... Okay, that's good. Okay, we can love it. What? You think they can be excited tonight? This is pretty good. Oh my God, yeah. So let's start the show. I just want to say the words. Welcome to the end of your life, the way you know it, my friends. This is Project Iceman. Okay, guys. We have Anders the Iceman. Can we just like give some love to this icy man? You're in London, baby. How does it feel?
It feels fucking crazy. So many people, and it's unbelievable that you came out and not only supported, the film, but also the making of the film, so we could do it in the way we wanted it to do. So this is also a film made by fucking you. So yeah, give yourself a big applause.
For those of you who don't know the story, we had the team came back from Antarctica in 2020 after completing the Iceman, and we went on a whole journey of pitching it to different platforms and different streamers, making it all the way up to having a proper deal that on paper seemed pretty good, that to enable us to get to the film where it needs to be, but back in February, we just decided that it didn't feel right. It felt like there was a lot of compromises that were going to come with taking this money, and we just we knew that we had a community behind us that was going to back this if it came down to it, and here you are, all of you today here. Thanks for making this happen. We have 4,212 people representing 73 different countries, and filmmakers representing every single continent have worked on this film. And as Anders said, this is all thanks to you. It's literally the film is being shown over the month of October to the people that made this happen, and it's been such an honor and such a privilege bringing it to you all. We don't want to keep you on for longer, so we want to start the film and keep the rest for the post-film conversation. But before we do that, we have something that feels very right to do before watching this film.
Yeah, can you start by doing like this? Take a deep breath through your nose, out from your mouth. And as you could see, this was not my home arena. But course, we have a person who inspired us a lot. I know you, Amar, you've done breathwork together with him. How many here have tried breathwork before? Hand up, breathwork. Wow, it's quite many, yeah. So we want to like to put you in like this special experience before the movie starts to really like dig into the full experience. And Amar, you've been doing this with
Just 3 to 4 minutes of breathing, get us in the right mindset before we watch something that should get you to think about your life and about your choices, and hopefully all in a positive way. But it's definitely a film that requires you to look deep inwards. And yeah, over the summer, the Yes Theory team was in Copenhagen, and we had a day of, we hadn't seen each other for a while, so we had a day of just like doing different activities to help us drop back in and connect. And we were blessed to meet Anton, who was going to be leading us today on a breathwork session. And he did a breathwork session with Thomas and I, and it was really, really great. So we just decided to ask him to join us on a couple of tour stops. He did it in Copenhagen, and now he's with us in London, all the way from Copenhagen, to do some breath work before we start the film.
So give some love.
So let's give some love to Anton. But when you said Director Habibi.
Yeah, Director Habibi.
Final words. This film is about showing, not telling, so I just want to get it and show it already. But, you know, Stefan always asks me, what do you want to tell people before they watch the film? And I say 2 things. 1, take a deep breath, so check. I did that with Anton. And 2, just want you to think about your inner child in their most uninhibited, freest state. And what that little kid wanted the most in life. Because this film is about that. And I hope, if anything, it inspires you to reconnect with that inner child. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the London Project Iceman premiere, the biggest one yet. Let's go.
Everybody questions when you do something that nobody else are doing. Nobody questions when you're doing what everybody else are doing. I believe the ordinary can achieve the extraordinary. To prove this, I'm doing something that has never been done before.
Big brother. Big buddy.
Wow, that was an applaud. We've been around Europe, we never met an audience like this. So London, you're doing it friggin' fantastic, and we're gonna dig in. Well, I wanna go to, first of all, we're gonna go to you, but audience, you're fucking killing it here, and I know how much Amar and Anders been working their asses off the recent month to make this happen, and the whole team, so yeah, thanks for the love, but I wanna ask you, Anders, we all saw this crazy adventure, and I read this quote once, if you're going through hell, keep on going, don't stop. And every time I watch this, I want to stop and give up, because it looks so hard. One lap took 1 hour and 20 minutes. What kept you going?
Well, obviously it was a struggle to knowing in the beginning how long it will take, because it didn't take a lot of math to figure out how far I had left. But it was so early on in the race, and it was just figuring out, okay, how do we keep going? And we went to plan B, as you saw, changed to a different track. And then it was just, taking 1 kilometer at a time, which eventually almost broke me, but it was really just breaking things down and keep on going. And I was still riding that damn bike, so.
Yes, you did. Can you tell us a little bit about, I don't know, could anyone relate to the familyhood, the sisterhood, the brotherhood, some friends supporting you in life? I've seen this a couple of times now, and it hits me every time. Do you want to tell us a little bit? I know that your mother is here, your family is here, tell us about what does family and community mean for you?
I mean, family in the end means everything, right? The people you surround yourself with, that's all that matters. And in the end, this would not have been possible. I mean, none of this would have been possible without an incredible family, friends, but also just a team, and making the expedition happen, as you saw, 9 incredible people making the film happen, and then we have had, an incredible team making the whole tour happen as well. So it's been a whole big family, all parts of it, and obviously my family played an amazing big part in telling this story, and I'm just grateful for the 3 stars being here today, my brother, my sister, and my mother. So thank you. And shout out to my father.
Absolutely crazy. And as I said before we started, for this to be something that I can say, thanks to you, whatever, award speech it's gonna be, that's gonna be the most satisfying thing, because we love you too. So yeah, it's for me, the brotherhood, family, genuine friendship are the cornerstones that make you know Yes Theory the way you know it today. And when I first got to know this story, I saw a lot of these elements in it, and that's why I wanted to double down on the human story, because I had no interest in trying to show you how this superhuman athlete was able to do this crazy thing. I give 0 shit about that. So, for me, for this to be a story about family and friendship, how to put your dream out there, but also how do you receive a dream if you are in the presence of someone who's taking it really, really far. What is the best way to support them? How do you actually ask the right questions and do the right things so that you don't shut down their dream, but rather continue supporting them? So yeah, I hope that was, that came through today, and again, it's just it's crazy. If you guys see my view right now, you would understand, because it's to just see so many faces, and knowing that I was just that we were talking during the film, not during the film, outside, how much the power of the energy that is present in the room, and knowing that these are the people that actually care the most and who understand what is it that we're trying to do in the world, and why is it that we're trying to tell stories like this, is just the greatest feeling ever. So thank you again. Stefan specifically asked me to keep it short answers, and I was like, fuck, I definitely...
stop, Habibi! Habibi, it's hard to stop you, man. Every time I see you, I want to hug you. Every time I see Anders, I want to touch his biceps and his heart and his brain. So we see. Yeah, I can say that we had a week together in France as well, and that's how me and Anders especially got to know each other deeply, and all the rooms were taken, and I'm from Sweden, Anders is from Denmark, so Thomas, he was like, yeah, we're gonna put the Dane and the Swede in the same room, and we had a great time together, and I love you Anders, I love you Amar, and yes, we did speak about that all of you, like, it feels like people in here in the Yes Fam, like everyone is like giving without even asking or not even waiting to receive, like people are just giving and giving, it's a power of that. Amar, before I go to Anders again, can you please just say that quote, which I love, when it's about like, when you're on a journey and so on.
Oh yeah, this has been my staple in every premiere, but also I was telling the team, it hasn't faded a single time I've said it, because I meant it every time, because that is the most felt thing in this journey. And it's something maybe I've heard a year and a half ago. It goes something like this: it's neither about the destination or the journey, it's about the company. And the way I chose to interpret that is that it is true, in your pursuit of doing anything great, in your pursuit of doing anything meaningful, that journey is most of the time pretty freaking hard. Most of the time it sucks. And the only thing that as we all know, you can't control the outcome. So now you have two things that are completely out of control: the journey and the destination. The only thing that you can control is who do you wake up next to? Who do you get to share this journey with? And you know, in the 40 days that came before showing the film, it was the hardest 40 days of my life. The least sleep I've ever gotten, the most the least care I've taken of myself, because we were in such a tricky place with the film that we really needed to push. But it genuinely didn't matter, because every day say it again? Every second. Exactly. Yeah, it's like I would just find myself waking up every day next to this guy in the Yes House, and we just like high five for another day. And to me, you know, that has been represented in every part of this journey, from Jan, the first guy to ever believe that Anders had any chance of doing this and agreeing to film him, and you know, and Anton coming through to support Anders, Yes Theory coming through along with the community, and then the team that we've been blessed with to actually do the post-production. And a month and a half ago, we had 0 venues booked, I think, yeah. And everyone that worked in events told us that the chances are pretty non-existent for us to be able to pull off this tour, and here we are, we're doing it. So it's
Hey, Will, baby!
back to the point. Life is hard, and you should accept that already. So just pick the people that you want to go through these hardships with, and as I said, this is a story full of that.
Thank you, Habibi. Thank you, Marhaba, Shukran. Some people understood it's thank you in Arabic, but Anders, I want to go to you. Like, I've seen this movie a couple of times. I spent time with you in France. Like, as I said before, like, I love you, man. You inspire the shit out of me. Like, you inspire me so much. Can you tell us, can everyone find their own ways of breaking the limitations, or is it just that you have to have like some Danish genes within you, or what is? Can you tell us a little bit about that? Are you superhuman?
No, I'm not superhuman at all. And I think that was the whole vision about this journey from the beginning. It was really to show that I went from no experience to making something people thought was impossible happen. And you saw it. I was into 30 seconds on the first day. And I think my brother looked more like the Iceman in that swim than I actually did, right? But that was the whole point of showing that from the beginning to end, to show that, you know, all that matters is what you tell yourself. And what I told myself from the beginning of the journey, of course I didn't know whether this was possible or not. I had no experience, but I told myself this is possible, and I would figure out how. And that's the whole mindset of, it's not a matter of if it's possible, it's only a matter of how it's possible. And then you face each challenge. You know, you can't predict all challenges, of course, but you just take one at a time, and then eventually you can make it so much further than you thought you're capable of. And I hope that this film will allow you to push that mindset within yourself, because that is not a superhuman gift. We all have it. We just have to find it and take the first step towards whatever it is we want to achieve.
Wow, thank you, man.
By the way, we have a surprise for you, but it's going to come in a few minutes.
You're just leaving it like that? We'll see. They look...
We're gonna stand up.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, we haven't, this is the first time we do this sitting down, and it actually sucks.
There as well, wow. We can see you. Anders, we go back to you. This cap, when they took the cap from you, like, I just want to check with the audience as well, how many people could relate to that? Either the metaphor or literally someone taking your cap, your hat off you. How many could feel that or relate to that in your life? Hand up if you can relate to it. Oh, that's a lot of people. Like, can you take us back to that moment? Like, I interviewed your mother before this event, and she said, like, you reclaimed your power back by doing this. How would you say?
I think the funny thing is that before starting making the film, or even in the editing room, I hadn't thought about the cap at all. You know, it was not until we saw it in my mother's and my brother's interview, and I think that is exactly the point why we're making this film, because oftentimes we're told when we're so young that, you know, we're already then been told, you know, just to adjust to like conformity and accept what we're told we cannot do, and without actually knowing that. And that was the same case for me, and obviously that then cascades into bigger things in the end, but that was just the first moment. So yeah, I hope this film again can be a realization of that, and being more aware of you know, the limits we actually put upon from other people.
There is this quote I love. I don't know if some of you heard it. The quote goes like, there is two people you need to make proud in your life. It's the 9-year-old self and your 90-year-old self. Metaphorically, good enough, is that, or nice enough, or how you say, Swinglish, I'm speaking Swinglish now. I can speak Swedish, but good enough with this venue, it's like, it's been 90 years here, which is quite nice as well. So look on the 9-year-old and 90-year-old. I know Amar, like you're a big advocate of speaking about the free child and so on. Who is the free child, and why do we need to listen to him or her?
The free child has the answers. I think it's your truest, most uninhibited, freest, least corrupted self. I think, yeah, I feel like this myth of growing up is that we actually forget who we truly are. And as I said, this film was just about going back to unfreeze a dream that dream of a child that got stuck, that got frozen in these different moments in his childhood. And you know, for me, I guess I come from the perspective of having seen my fellow Egyptian citizens 11 years ago, you know, take to the streets and call for their freedom, and, you know, young people across not just Egypt but the Arab world in the Middle East, they went out calling for their most basic human right and their most basic human freedom. So I feel like I've gone at life with this mentality that there are so many people in the world that are still fighting for their most basic human right. So if I have the freedom right now and the privilege to be thinking about my inner voice and what is it that I am meant to do and what is it that sets my soul on fire, then it's not a fucking choice to do that. It's a must, it's a responsibility. Because everybody in this room right now, we are so freaking lucky to be living without war, to be living knowing that a cop can't just take you off the street and detain you for months without your family knowing anything about you. So yeah, I feel like this passion towards having people think about their inner child doesn't really come from a place where it's like an option for me. You have to do that. That is what this life requires you to actually be living it to the fullest. So for me, that's the. Yes, please. Please do.
Okay, come on, you know who I am.
Yes, Loopy, hi.
Okay, so, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
Second of all, I just want to ask a really massive question. And it sounds like I'm going to sound so funny, that's what I've always done. But I am going to ask this. When you achieve so much in your life that there is nothing else
Okay, thank you. First of all, I love that she's swearing as much as Anders, so that's good. You should speak more.
So it's funny because I haven't seen Lupi is a friend from LA. I haven't seen her in like 3 years, but I instantly knew who it is.
But thank you, Christian. I will do like this. You will get to answer in 15 seconds because then I'm the time police.
Yeah.
And you will have to have more, and then I'll go to the next one.
I've got it. I think the answer is if you really have achieved everything that you wanted to achieve, then you dedicate your life to giving. And
Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Well, you will get one more comment and then I'm continuing.
you know, I would rather do this more in person where I can fully hear your points because I'm. Sounds good. Fair enough.
Okay, I have another question here then. Like, talking about a team and challenging each other and creating new ideas and asking questions which maybe move us forward. I want to ask you, like, having a team and having a guy like Phil in the Polar Guide, like here, how crucial was he? Like, this guy, like, wow.
I mean, there had been no Iceman without Phil for sure. I mean, he was bringing 6 noobs to Antarctica, as you saw, and making this happen. But I actually think we should bring Phil down to the stage. Who loves Phil? Phil is here.
For the first time, Phil on Polar Guide. Let us see. It's the first time we have him with us on the tour. So give all the love to the Polar Guide. We'll keep on. Yeah. I see that the time are flying, but the good thing is that we are the pilots. Yeah, you like that one?
This was a surprise, by the way. This is Phil's first premiere, so he. This hasn't happened anywhere else. This is the first time we've got someone from the crew.
We're gonna do 2 short ones with Phil, so we're gonna send massive love. And first of all, Phil, how did it feel to watch the movie? How does it feel to meet some of the team again? And yeah, how are you doing?
Yeah, it's the first time I've seen the movie, and I would say it was tougher than that. That made it look easy. But really great to be back with the team again.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And then I want to leave the word over to Anders. Like, you fought together there on Antarctica. What do you want to tell Phil, or what do you want to say to him here on stage?
Oh, there's a lot of things, of course, but just thank you for actually making this happen and then being so patient with us, because it took a lot of patience but I think in the end it was as you said before, it's like it was our mindset that connected in terms of making this happen and figuring out how we did it, and you did it in the perfect way of like being very professional, but also we had some funny moments in between, as you also saw in the film. So yeah, thank you so much for that.
I actually have a question to Phil, which I know the answer to, but I want you to share with the people because I've seen the actual moment that I'm going to ask about. But when Anders pitched you Project Iceman, going to Antarctica to do a full distance triathlon, what was the first thing you thought?
I thought he was crazy. I thought he's never going to do it. But then we share a similar philosophy of sort of ordinary people doing extraordinary things, and I realised he was genuine and he had a good chance of actually pulling it off.
Oh, that's amazing. I will do like that. I like, how many would like to spend like the all night with Phil here and just talk about life, just to give a check here? Like, I think everyone. But we will have to let you go, so what we can do at last is like to give the massive like applause so it goes all the way to Antarctica. So thank you, Phil. And, give all the love to Phil. Give all the love to Phil.
And by the way, Phil is going back to Antarctica in like 2 or 3 weeks, and he's going to be there until March. So this was properly his last chance to watch the film before he goes to Antarctica. Thank you, Phil.
Okay, so we're starting to wrap it up, but some short answers here, like Anders and Iceman, does it have to be physical?
No, not at all. And I think you can exemplify exemplify that with your Iceman, right?
Yeah. Amar, do you want to share, like, what is your Iceman?
Sure. I'm going to share one. There's three in progress right now, but I'm going to share one that is going to happen in, inshallah, a matter of 2 weeks. I will be going back to Egypt for the first time in 5 years.
Good, baby!
Let's go. And inshallah, I will get to finish something that I started 8 years ago, which is, if you've been following history for long enough, you know that my story is pretty much tied with the story of climbing the pyramid. I will not climb the pyramid, I'll do something cooler. I'm going to skydive over the 3 of them. And this one is for the 5-year-old kid that had a dream one day to climb the pyramid.
Good boy.
And Anders is going to be there with me too. And Stefan.
Yeah, I just left Sweden like 2 weeks ago, and people ask me when I'm coming back, and it's like 72 hours to 1 month. We're gonna do like this, ladies and gentlemen. It would be nice to forever have this moment documented. So if you would like to help us, please just stand up. We give some camera team over here. We'll take some beautiful photos. Maybe we can get the lighting up as well, and we'll take some photos. Okay, you're still smiling. That looks good. Good. Okay, nicey. So,
Our lovely team, the Iceman team that helped us pull all these events. Thank you guys. Anton. Well, we're getting kicked out, so that's why there's a little bit of... We'll make it quick.
okay, hello. Biggest applause to Project Iceman team.
Hello everyone. So that was the end of Iceman. It was actually a very good film. Obviously I showed the first 2 minutes in front. Hopefully I did. So make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you next video. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.